welcome back. I hope you're having a good day. Ficus over a rock. One of the first trees I ever got. It's the only tree I have on a rock that I actually bought that way. I'm not really sure what type of a rock it is. You can see it's kind of orangish. All the other trees over rocks that I have are just the rocks that I find in my yard, which I think are coral rocks. One of the first trees I ever got. I beat the crap out of the first year, probably repotted it like 4 or 5 times, just really didn't know much about what I was doing. I was trying different angles with it and everything. I think I got it settled finally into a pot that's a good fit for it. Should be able to stay in this pot for a little while and should be fairly easy to repot because it doesn't have the curved insides or anything like that. I put it in this pot like 7 months ago. 5 months ago, October, I actually came back and I did some pruning on it. I made a video of that. I'll have you guys watch that in a second. I just kind of want to, finish up here showing you the backside. And there's the backside. I've thought about trying to change the angle of that a little bit. Tree is leaning now this way just from how it settled itself in here. So I'm going to stick with the other side. And, plus this side would have a root coming straight at you, which you're supposed to try to avoid. So I'm just going to stick with the other side. But like I said, I got the wire on here about 5 months ago. Put the wire on here about a month and a half ago. And generally speaking, sometimes it's just time to let the tree grow and rest or whatever. But I did notice that it's just getting a lot of strong growth in some areas that I really don't want it. A couple little wild branches coming up here and there. So I'm just going to lightly prune it today. Alright, and that's pretty much what I wanted to accomplish. Got most of the growing tips. Alright, and so now the wire's off. And another look at the backside there with the wire off. You can see the growth that it's gotten here between October and now. I think today's February 10th or 11th or something like that. I'm going to prune it back hard right now, and I'm going to let it go at least one prune cycle without any wire on it or anything, and just kind of like let it be a tree for a bit. I was trying to avoid that one sticking up too much, which is probably going to happen here if I don't have wire on it for a bit. But it's okay. It's, like I said, I made a lot of mistakes with the tree. It is nice and delicate. But anyway, I'm going to change things up, try to make it to where you guys can see this a little bit better. All right, and there, I hope you guys can see things just a bit better than you could before. Like I said, today, I'm going to prune it back harder than I did in October. Hate to lose a little of this ramification, but I'm trying to avoid, like I said, I do think it's a little delicate tree or whatever, but I'm trying to avoid it getting too leggy. So I'm going to kind of go back to some of the stronger branches and some of that weaker kind of smaller growth that it gets or whatever, just kind of take a lot of that off. The only issues I've had with this tree here lately is I do believe the lizards have found it a nice place to lay their eggs. And kind of have a love-hate relationship with the lizards, and I don't really like them digging around in the substrate and everything. But they are a nice natural pest control. So I do try to allow them to just go ahead and do their thing. know, this ficus doesn't bleed as much as the other ones. Let me get my sharper pruners here. If anybody has any ideas of specifically what type this might be, feel free to let me know in the comments. Overall, with trees in general, you see so many misnamed trees with common names wrong and things like that. And I think that ficus trees are actually some of the worst when it comes to that, as far as just being misnamed, even in the most respected nurseries. Sometimes it's one of the things where I would like to know what its name is supposed to be, but it doesn't really matter that much. I just want to take good care of it, try to have fun with it, and try to make it look like something nice. Go ahead and get rid of that too. And there you have it. Pruned it quite a bit back further than I had the last few previous times. And I'll let it leaf out, fully regain its strength at least once before putting any more wire on it. And the next time I prune it, I probably will wire it back up again. We'll see. Thanks for watching.